Hey, Scrappy peeps, Suzanna here today to share with you this one-page wonder wallet folio. So this is my demo, and I have actually made this to work horizontally. I'm going to take the same measurements, flip everything, and make it work for a vertical folio. With that particular one, literally it was a one-sheet wonder, and I used one sheet of paper, but because I want to have some variety, I'm actually going to use two. So those are the measurements that you are going to use, and you actually use less than one sheet. So from this piece of paper that is from Pink Fresh Studio from the Fresh Start collection, I'm going to cut a 5 tall by 12 inches wide with the direction going horizontal, as you can see by those butterflies, because again, I want a vertical wallet, so I want everything to stand up. So if you have directional paper, you need to be mindful of the direction. Then with that second piece of paper, I'm going to cut another 5 by 12. But if you were to use one sheet, you would go down below and then cut a 5 by 12. So you would be cutting two 5 by 12s from a single sheet if you wanted to just use one sheet of paper. So with the first one, you are going to score, and I'm about to write it out, and I will also type it out for you at the 1/2 inch mark, the 3 3/4 inch mark, the 7 inch mark, and the 10 1/2 inch mark. So you've got this in multiple places, me writing it out, and then also I've got it typed there on the screen for you. This is going to be your cover page, your back page, and your flap. And then the next piece will be all of the contents of the inside pages of this one page wonder. So there are all the score marks, again at a 1/2 inch, 3 3/4, 7 and 10 1/2. So that flap is going to create a pocket. And then I got the direction wrong initially. So there is the pocket on the front flap. That is the back side that you see that's blue, and then this other blue is the flap that folds over to the cover. So that is your exterior of your book there. So I am going to go ahead and glue those down. Indeed, the front cover of the booklet is going to be a pocket, so you also want to remember to put adhesive at the bottom. So if you have directional paper, you know where the bottom of this is. This is going to be a mistake that I make in the second pocket, and I will point that out to you so that you don't make the same mistake. So this video is me going to show you how to do this, to create the folio, and then I will go ahead and decorate it as well. So I have my We Are Memory Keepers multi-corner punch. I'm using the middle size of the 3 sizes if you happen to use the same thing. It just gives it a cleaner look, I think. I don't actually like mostly rounded corners. Oh, so what I'm saying here before I cut myself off, sorry, is you actually want to trim this 5 by 12 down to 5 by 10, and then you want to save that extra 5 by 2 for a pocket that is going to go later into the book. So now here you're going to put this on your scoreboard, and going horizontally across the page, you're going to score at the 2 inch mark, the 5 inch mark, and the 8 inch mark. So again, you're going to see this in multiple places so that you have time to write it down if you want to, and or if you're working with me. So the 2, the 5, and the 8. So at the 2, that's going to create a flap that's going to go in the page, and then you are going to create a pocket. And again, there is directionality to this, but I'm covering most of that directionality, and I think that's where I get confused with where I put the adhesive. So you're going to have a flap, a pocket with a long pocket, that flap there, and so this is where I put the adhesive, and believe I put it in the wrong place. So you want to adhere the side as well as the bottom. I've adhered the top, just FYI. So if you have directionality to your paper, you want to be mindful of that. I was not paying attention to that. And this is going to get inserted into that exterior of the book. So this is where I figure out the directionality. I'm like, oh, something might not be right here. So you can, if you want, just adhere the 2-inch acrosses and create two side load pockets with one top load pocket. But I didn't want that. So it just, where you put your adhesive is going to determine what you have. So this is a side load pocket that goes onto the back page that you'll see there. So I put adhesive down the edge of the pocket there so that goes into the booklet, and rub that pretty well to make sure that sticks. So I'm going to show you here what this is going to look like. So you've got your cover, your flap, which is what I want, the top load pocket, and then this is a side load pocket. And you need to make sure that you adhere it pretty well. Now you have that extra 2-inch flap, and that goes on the top load pocket to create a side load pocket on the top load pocket. We need lots of pockets, right? In these folios, so that we have lots of nooks and crannies to hide things and put photos and all the fun stuff. So liquid adhesive just in the corners. You could use double-sided tape if you want, but that takes up a lot of the space unless you have the really fine one. But I also feel like the really fine one doesn't give you as much strong adhesive as you need, especially when they're interactive, to be sliding things in and out there. So that is the finished pages of the album. So now we want to create a fastener. If you want to, you could add ribbon to tie it, but I like to use this Velcro. And so I have the round dots that are pre-cut, and I'm going to put one on the inside, or the inside of the flap, and then the other on the outside of the top cover there. I just leave them adhered so I get them in the right place. So that is your finished album. Now we're going to decorate it. So my daughter is studying neuroscience at the University of Arizona, and she is in the Neurosci Honor Society for Neuroscience. And she was inducted into the Honor Society this past April, I believe. And we were not able to be there. I don't think parents were invited anyway. But she had pictures. They were actually on social media. So I was able to snag a few of those off social media, plus that one that she sent me of the selfie of herself on her way there. So I wanted to just have a little commemorative sort of brag book for her. So there's her certificate and the group that was inducted in. Then there was the whole group of kids who are graduating. They're not kids, they're young adults that are graduating and moving on. And I believe it was the whole group, everybody that was there that particular evening. So for this, I am actually using goodies from Vicki Boutin from 49th and Market. This is the 4x8 Paper Craft Essentials. So the papers that I'm using are coming from the paper pad, and then the embellishments are also from that collection. To the right underneath that floral piece of paper, you will see I also have rub-ons that are also from the Pink Fresh Start collection. So you can see I've mixed and matched. It's something that and then I also have those florals. I apologize for cutting myself off. I have those florals that are from the same Pink Fresh Studio collection. I like to mix and match collections if I can. Just to me, it gives a little bit more variety, as well as it's more like working with a kit that you've personalized, as opposed to just taking a full collection and working with it. There's nothing wrong with that. I just like to have a greater variety of resources to pull from as I'm creating. And sometimes containing myself is a little bit difficult, but I try my best. So that is some of the inside of the book. I get distracted by these florals and know that I want to put this particular one on the cover. I have some metallic, I'm going to go with twine. It's metallic cord from Cousin that's available at A Cherry on Top. I just like that it gives it a little bit of shimmer for the celebration, just a little bit unique. So I'm going to wrap that around and then just tie it and fasten that to hold the flower so that it looks like a single flower bouquet-ish, or a single flower, a rose, like she got a rose. And so I just liked the way that that looked. And I thought it added a nice splash of pink to that blue there. And that will be the cover of the book. But I also want to put the date, which I will do later, as well as what the event was. And I will also do that later. But while I had this floral out, I wanted to get that done. So I'm going to go back once that is dry and work on more on the inside of the book. I have these rub-ons, and so I wanted to add a little bit more blue. This is where the journaling will go if she chooses to journal. This is her event. I didn't want to. I wasn't there, so I don't feel that it's my place to have anything to say about this. And when I said to her that, you know, it was hers to journal, she's like, well, what is there to say? I went, I got inducted, I got a rose, I said goodbye to the seniors, I listened to some lectures, the end. And I was like, all right, that's, you know, it's up to them. It's up to her. I made it for her for some memories, and what she does with it from there, again, is up to her. So I'm not going to pull out, and in my photographs, I don't have pictures of some of those interactive elements actually pulled out because just for the privacy of the other people that are in there, I like to ask permission. But if they are not friends of my daughter per se, like there were too many people for her to ask permission of, so I just kind of left those photos tucked in there. So more rub-ons, and I figured just for a little bit of more spice to the book, I used some of these rub-ons. I really like that yellow and blue together, so it just gave it a bit of a scalloped edge. Unfortunately, it didn't transfer in the rub-on very well. I think it shifted, but it's fine. With the wear and tear of the book, you're not going to notice with that eroding as you open and close it. And the black, the font didn't transfer very well, so I just used my black pen for that. I liked this little strip saying word phrase that gives you something to hold on to rather than directly pulling at the photo. Not that there's anything wrong with it, right? Over time, it just helps preserve the integrity of the photo. So adding that extra leaf in there, and then those puffy stickers are these are actually Pink Fresh as well, but they are Fresh Start. So the first collection, I apologize, I think I might have given you the wrong name, was the Crafted Moments. This is from Fresh Start by Paige, and I'm just going to put Neurosci, and then I believe I handwrite. I don't actually have the book in front of me as I'm voicing this over because she has the book, but I believe in pen I handwrite underneath their induction. So there is the completed book. I'm going to show you all the bits and pieces. I hope you've enjoyed this process. If you have any questions about what I did, please don't hesitate to ask. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.